This is where it all begins, and there's no turning back. In the greatest kingdom, a princess lived in joy with her loving parents. Peace filled the land, and happiness shined in their hearts. But destiny had other plans. One day, the people of the kingdom gathered with joy, preparing for the grand cultural event. The main street was alive with colors, music, and celebration, as the kingdom came together in a festival of unity and tradition. But inside the grand palace, the princess sat in boredom, yearning for adventure. She quietly slipped away, stepping into the lively streets where the real world awaited her. The streets were alive with color and charm. The princess walked forward, taking in the wonders of the world beyond the palace walls. But hidden among the crowd, a thief took notice. His eyes followed her every step. Moving silently through the streets, he began to follow, waiting for the right moment. As the princess walked, she suddenly stopped, her heart pounding. From the shadows, thieves emerged, surrounding her. Their eyes gleamed with menace as they revealed their knives, their smirks sending chills down her spine. She was trapped. The princess gasped. She turned and ran, her heart pounding as the thieves chased after her through the darkened streets. A poor boy sat on the rough street, tapping the ground with weary hands. Then he saw the scene. His eyes widened. Without hesitation, he stepped toward the danger. The boy rushed forward, ready to fight. With fearless determination, he took on the thieves, defending the princess. But the thieves had no idea. She was the princess of their own kingdom. The thieves grabbed the princess, their knives glinting in the dim light. They turned to the others, their voices cold. Hand over your gold, or she pays the price. But before they could act, the brave boy stepped forward. With fearless determination, he fought the thieves, dodging their attacks and striking back with all his strength. After a fierce battle, the boy stood strong. Defeated and afraid, the thieves fled into the night, leaving behind the gold, the jewels, and their pride. The princess, filled with gratitude, smiled brightly. Overwhelmed with joy, she hugged the brave boy, her heart full of thanks for her unexpected hero. The boy looked at the princess, grateful but unaware. He had just saved the most important girl in the kingdom, without knowing she was the princess herself. The boy smiled as he showed the princess his world, the streets, the people, the simple joys of life. For a moment, they were just two happy souls, free from worries. But as the evening sky turned golden, the princess sighed softly. I must go home, she said. The boy safely led her to the city's heart. She smiled, waved, and walked toward the palace. Yet, he still didn't know she was the princess. As she walked away, the boy smiled, thinking she was just a palace worker. Little did he know, he had just saved the kingdom's very own princess. The king and queen remained unaware of it all, lost in their royal duties. They were too busy to notice that their daughter had just lived an unforgettable adventure. After a few days, the grand event was finally beginning. The kingdom buzzed with excitement as people gathered, ready to celebrate in joy and unity. The Day of Love, the kingdom's most awaited celebration. But this year, it held even greater importance, for on this day, the royal family would choose the princess's future husband. To mark the day, a fierce game was set, a test of strength and bravery. Whoever could defeat the mighty tiger would not only win the game, but earn the title of prince, future king, and the heart of the princess. As the clock struck 12, the game began. 12 o'clock, fire one by one. Brave warriors stepped forward, each trying to defeat the mighty tiger. Tiger crossed swords, but no matter how hard they fought, none could claim victory. The beast remained undefeated. From the shadows, the boy watched in awe, unnoticed by the crowd. But then, the princess spotted him. A smile lit up her face as she waved, her heart remembering the brave boy who once saved her. The boy, startled, hesitated before awkwardly waving back. But in a twist of fate, the guards misread his gesture. Believing he was the next challenger, they grabbed him and dragged him to the center of the arena. The crowd cheered as the mighty tiger roared. His fight had just begun. The boy stood bravely, facing the fierce tiger. He dodged its attacks, fighting with all his strength. From above, the princess watched in fear, her heart racing. After a fierce battle, the boy stood victorious. The mighty tiger had been defeated. Overcome with joy, the princess ran to him, tears in her eyes. Without hesitation, she hugged him tightly, her heart full of love and relief. The king and queen watched with pride, their hearts filled with joy. The boy had proven his bravery, and fate had chosen him. In just 7 days, the kingdom would celebrate. The princess's grand wedding was coming. But in the shadows, no one noticed. A wicked witch had entered the kingdom. Jealous of the kingdom's joy and the people's happiness, she hid in secret, plotting something sinister. The kingdom stood together, battling the powerful witch, but no one could defeat her. At last, the boy stepped forward, his voice strong. "I will sacrifice myself. Just spare the people of this kingdom," he declared, ready to give everything for their safety. The witch's curse was more powerful than anyone imagined. It didn't just end in that kingdom, it traveled across time and space. Now, in our world, the prince is reborn, but as a dog, bound by an ancient curse from another planet. His true story is yet to unfold. The parents and their baby lived happily, surrounded by love and laughter. Their days were filled with joy, creating beautiful memories together. The baby giggles with delight, running through the children's park. Swings sway, laughter fills the air, and tiny feet chase after endless fun. Deep in the forest, the tiger stopped, its piercing eyes watching the baby closely. Tiger Evergreen Tree Fire, was it planning to harm him? Out of nowhere, a fierce tiger rushed in. Tiger High Voltage in the blink of an eye. It grabbed the baby and disappeared into the deep, dark forest. Evergreen Tree faced screaming in fear. The mother and father fell to their knees, tears streaming down their faces. Their hearts ached with helplessness, their world shattered as they cried out for their lost baby. The cops and the desperate parents searched the dark forest, calling out for the baby. Every shadow felt like a threat, every moment filled with fear, but they refused to give up. The tiger circled the baby, its eyes glowing in the darkness. With each slow step, its hunger grew. Was this the end for the helpless child? At one home, the brave dog slept soundly, until a haunting dream awakened him. He saw the baby in danger, surrounded by the fierce tiger in the dark forest. His instinct stirred. He knew he had to act. The brave dog broke free from his cage. Dog collision with no time to waste. He raced toward the forest, his heart pounding as he ran faster than ever to save the baby. The dog ran swiftly, passing the police and parents in the forest. His only goal, reach the baby in time. The dog reached just in time. Dog high voltage with a fearless leap, he attacked the tiger, fighting to protect the baby. The battle raged on. The brave dog fought fiercely, but in the final moment, trouble struck. Exhausted, he stumbled and fell to the ground. The baby, finally, they had found him. As the dog and tiger clashed, the cops and parents arrived. Their eyes widened as they spotted the baby. The tiger lunged, sinking its teeth into the brave dog. With a fierce growl, it fled into the shadows as the cops fired their shots. The brave dog lay on the ground, wounded and bleeding. His breath was heavy, but his eyes still shone with courage. The parents rushed the injured dog to the hospital. He had fought bravely. Now, he needed to be saved. The baby and parents sat outside the operation room, their hearts heavy with worry. They waited, hoping for the brave dog to wake up. The doctor stepped out with a smile. He's going to be okay. Hearing this, the baby rushed inside, hugging the dog tightly. The parents joined in, a family reunited in love and gratitude. After saving the baby, something incredible happened. The curse was lifted, and the dog transformed back into a real boy. The witch's words echoed in his mind. In future days, you are the dog, and you shall keep the princess. Little did he know, the baby he had saved was the princess, destined to be part of his fate forever. The kingdom was safe, thanks to the boy's bravery and the dog's sacrifice. The people rejoiced, knowing that the princess and the kingdom were protected. The king and queen celebrated with a grand wedding, as the princess and the boy, now reunited, exchanged vows. Together, they lived happily and safely, surrounded by love and peace. For many years, the kingdom remained safe and peaceful. In our world, the baby girl and the boy grew up and eventually married, fulfilling the destiny they had once shared. And so, the story of bravery, love, and sacrifice came to an end, stretching across time and space, both on another world and ours. Many more adventures await. See you soon in another great story. Thank you for watching.